Hello, I'm Paula Harrison, author of the Kitty series. And the Kitty series is all about a girl called Kitty who has cat-like superpowers, and she goes out in the moonlight, meets up with her cat crew, her bunch of friends, and has great adventures with them, running over the rooftops and saving people who are in trouble. And there are 5 books out in the series already. And there is Kitty and the Moonlight Rescue, and Kitty and the Tiger Treasure, Kitty and the Sky Garden Adventure, Kitty and the Tree Chop Chase, Kitty and the Great Lantern Race, and Kitty and the Twilight Trouble. And I'm here to talk about a book I hope to share with you soon called Kitty and the Kidnap Trap. And it's all about what happens when Kitty's best friend Emily goes away and she needs her hamster looking after. And Kitty is so keen to do it. She's never looked after a hamster before and she's very excited. And Emily's parents say they're happy for Kitty to look after the hamster, who's called Marvin, by the way. And so Kitty goes along to look after the hamster, but there seems like there's something wrong. The hamster's not very happy. So when Kitty is worried and she goes back to check on him later, he's just disappeared. Where's the hamster gone? So Kitty doesn't really know. And she has to decide what to do. Where is she going to search for the hamster? Are there any clues as to where he's gone? So she's very worried, and in fact Marvin has gone off in the moonlight and got into quite a lot of trouble. I don't want to give too much away. But Kitty has to help Marvin, but she has her friend, her cat crew, her friend Pumpkin to help her, and some of the other cats too. So I'm just going to read you a little bit from the first chapter of Kitty and the Kidnap Trap. Chapter 1. Have you brought your new hamster home yet? Kitty asked her friend Emily. They were sitting in the dining hall at school having lunch together. Emily took a spoonful of strawberry yogurt, her eyes bright with excitement. We fetched him from the animal shelter yesterday. He has the softest white fur you can imagine, and when he curls up to go to sleep, he looks like a little ball of fluff. He sleeps a lot, actually. Kitty smiled. She knew how wonderful it was to have a special animal to look after. Pumpkin, her stripy ginger kitten, was more like her best friend than her pet. She had rescued him from a clock tower when he was little, and he had lived with her family ever since. I'm calling him Marvin, Emily added. Kitty drank up her apple juice and closed her lunchbox. I'd love to meet him. He sounds adorable. I'll ask my mum if you can come round, Emily said eagerly. Then her face fell. But it can't be this weekend because we're going to visit my gran and we won't be back till Sunday night. I'm a bit worried about leaving Marvin, actually. My parents have said I can leave him with plenty of food so he won't go hungry. But what if he gets lonely? And what if he runs out of cucumber? It's his favourite food. Why don't I visit him while you're away, said Kitty. Then I can give him extra cucumber. That would be great, said Emily, cheering up. I'll have to ask my mum and dad, but I'm sure they won't mind. They love animals. Kitty smiled as they headed for the playground. There was a special reason that her family liked animals so much. Kitty, her mum, and her little brother all had cat-like superpowers. Kitty could run and jump and balance just like a cat. She also had superpowered hearing and brilliant night vision. Best of all, she could talk to animals and understand what they said. She was still training to be a superhero, but she was always looking for a chance to help others, even if it was just offering extra cucumber. Emily's house is the one with the pink rosebush, said Kitty, leading her dad and her little brother Max down the street the next day. Her mum and dad had agreed that she could help out with the hamster, and Emily's parents had dropped off the house keys that morning. Kitty opened the gate and ran up the path to Emily's front door. We'll stay downstairs, Dad told Kitty as he unlocked the door. Take your time and check that the hamster has everything he needs. Thanks, Dad. Kitty ran to the fridge and took out a box of cucumber sticks. Then she ran lightly up the stairs. Kitty had been to Emily's house lots of times, but she'd never met Marvin before. The little hamster was running inside his wheel, his tiny feet pattering up and down. Kitty crouched beside his cage and smiled. Hello, Marvin. My name's Kitty, and I've come to look after you while Emily's away. Marvin didn't stop to look at Kitty. The wheel squeaked as he ran. I'm going to change your food and water, Kitty added. Then maybe you'd like some cucumber. She opened the little hatch at the top of the cage and changed the food. Then she took out the water bottle and refilled that too. Finally, she opened the box of cucumber and placed a few sticks inside the cage. Will that be enough? She asked Marvin. Emily didn't say how much you eat. Marvin didn't turn round or prick up his ears. He just went on running. Kitty frowned. It seemed odd that Marvin was exercising so much when Emily had talked about how sleepy he was. Maybe he was worried about being left by himself. She crouched down by the cage. Listen, everything will be all right, she said gently. Emily will be back really soon. Marvin's feet pattered on the little wheel. She's only away till tomorrow evening, Kitty tried again. I know she loves looking after you. Marvin made no reply. His whiskers quivered as he ran. He had a glazed look as he stared through the window straight ahead. Kitty watched him uncertainly. She felt sure something was wrong. Are you okay? If there's something else you need, I can fetch it for you. She was wondering what else to say when Dad called up the stairs. Is everything all right, Kitty? I'm coming. Kitty rubbed her cheek worriedly. She picked up the cucumber box. She couldn't make Marvin talk if he didn't want to. Bye, Marvin. I hope you enjoy your cucumber. She took one last look at the hamster before heading downstairs. I'm hungry. Can we have pizza for lunch? Max asked Dad as they left. Maybe, said Dad. Would you like that too, Kitty? Kitty nodded, but she wasn't really listening properly. She was thinking about Marvin. With her superhero, she could still hear the hamster's wheel. With her super hearing, she could still hear the hamster's wheel spinning as they walked away down the street. So Kitty's a bit worried about Marvin the hamster. And then when she finds that he's missing, she gets even more worried and she doesn't know what to do. She has to go searching around the city and get her friends to help her. So luckily, Kitty has her superpowers to help her. So she has a lot of advantages there. So I wondered if you wanted to take part in a writing activity. You could imagine that you have superpowers of your own, just like Kitty has cat-like superpowers. Because she has powers like a cat. She can jump really far. She can run really fast. She has great balance. You know how cats have great balance? And she also has super senses. So her sense of smell, her hearing and her eyesight are much better than an ordinary person's. She can see really well in the dark, just like cats do. So you could imagine that you have some kind of superpower and you could think, what would it be if I had a superpower? What would I like? And you could be invisible. You could let yourself fly. Maybe you have an animal-like power, just like Kitty is like a cat. You could be like a tiger, or you could jump really far like a rabbit, or you could choose an animal and say, what superpowers would that give me if I was just like that animal? So imagine that you've got some superpowers of your own and then describe yourself using them. And I hope you've had fun with your writing activity. I'm just going to show you a little bit more about the books. This is the one that came out most recently in February, and it's written by me and illustrated by Jenny Løvlie. All the books are written by me and they're all illustrated by Jenny Løvlie, who does such amazing illustrations. Just look at this cover. Kitty and the Twilight Trouble, which was the last one out, was out in February and it's set at a fun fair. And if we have a little look inside, just take a moment to look at Jenny's illustrations. We can see a description of Kitty and the characters, and we can see some of Jenny's amazing illustrations. I'm going to show you one here where Kitty is having an adventure by the light of the moon, and all the books have plenty of illustrations by Jenny as well as the writing by me. So I hope you enjoy your activity for Kitty and the Kidnap Trap. And you can let me know how you got on Twitter or on Instagram. You can find me. And don't forget that you can order your copy of Kitty and the Kidnap Trap from your Moon Lane bookshop online or in store.